All right, hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Adam Beasy. I am making this video on May 26, 2025. May 25th of 2025, which was yesterday, I had the privilege, honor, I'm gonna maybe say, of going to Geek Fest in Ocala, Florida. What a disaster. Total garbage. And I made some notes when I got home about my experience. Let's go through them, shall we? Now, keep in mind before I start going through my notes that I know there will be some naysayers that'll be like, well, let me see if I can adjust my camera here a little bit. There, nope, not there. That'll say, well, something's better than nothing. I'm trying to get in a frame here, and I'm not being successful at it. Here we go. Maybe not. Okay. That will say, well, there we go. That's just it. There we go. That'll say, well, something's better than nothing, blah, blah, blah. Really? Are you sure? So, you woke up. I've been to previous Ocala Geek Fest before, and they haven't been that great either. I mean, it's Ocala. What do you want? It's not gonna be like, Comic Con or anything like that. They advertise it as like anime, uh, Pokemon, like fantasy, sci-fi, that type of thing, a type of mini convention, I guess you want to call it, or something like that. But it was just, I don't know who books this crap. It reminds me of the thing on WWF back in the day with Triple H and Shawn Michaels with a sign that says "Who books this crap?" Because you really want to know. Okay, it's in an open air pavilion, which is nice. Okay, that it wasn't too warm out yesterday for Florida. Anyway, the rest of the country might be dying with the temperature that it was, but it wasn't that bad for Florida. We had a nice breeze. You're under a covered pavilion, which is like 20, 30 feet high, whatever. Okay, the temperature was nice and everything like that. Parking was great. Plenty of free parking around there and everything like that, so that wasn't a problem. When you walk up to the pavilion, to the main entrance, entrance that you go in, or the main entryway, shall I say, um, first thing you're assaulted by is a booth being run by a they them. Okay, if this person was a real woman, I need new glasses. Okay, so that just takes the family fun aspect of it, throws it out the window. They have a they them running the booth when you first walk in. Crazy. Then, again, I don't know who vets these vendors or whatever, but you walk off to the right. Oh no, excuse me, to the left. And then on both sides of the aisle, there's a vendor selling knives and swords that you see on late night TV. That doesn't scream desperate redneck flea market at all, does it? Again, do better. Just complete, just utter nonsense. Let me add something else to my list here that I just thought of. There we go. Then let's talk about the sellers and the junk that they were a selling. This one guy, I mean, people must think other people are stupid or something, maybe. I don't know. This one guy was selling Gundam models that, from the looks of them, he bought them at Hobby Lobby on their last 40% off sale on their plastic models that they have about once a month. and he's trying to sell them there for 10% off a full retail price. Yeah, come on, dude. Again, vet these people better. Or is it just that I have money in my hand, so I get a booth at your event no matter what I'm doing? There was somebody doing like girls' hair or something like that there. I thought that was kind of strange. Um, you got your standard Pokemon cards, Magic cards, stuff like that. At least they took the old hippie with all of his garbage toys and everything like that and kind of put him back and off to the side outside so he wasn't junking up the main area. That was good. Uh, People selling just all kinds of junk. Is this like an anime, sci-fi, fantasy, Pokemon type mini convention? Or is it just a place where people are going to sell their shit? Because that's pretty much what 90% of it was. It was just garbage that they were trying to sell. It was old, it was beat up, it looked more like a flea market than it did what they were trying to do. Vet your vendors a little bit better, please. Thank you. I didn't see any stores, any local stores from the local community. Oh, community around. Okay, and if they were around, they didn't have any signs or anything like that saying, "Hey, I'm from XYZ Comics," or "I'm from, we advertise people autographing, but they don't show up in brown coat, games." Um, no, "Hey, you're my best friend, but I haven't talked to you in 10 years," King Games or whatever, right? There's nobody from the community in there that I could see anyway. Okay. uh, because there were just a bunch of nondescript tables. You really didn't know where one space ended and the next space started. There was no like any way to differentiate between the booths, and you didn't know if anybody local was there or not. Did they reach out to the local card stores, game stores, comic stores, whatever, and say, "Hey, this is what we're trying to do," you know? But I didn't see any signage. No signage. It just looked like, again, crap thrown on a table is what it looked like. Ah, excuse me. Another thing was, do we have to have thump thump music playing while people are trying to shop and converse and do whatever? Is this an anime, sci-fi, Pokemon, mini convention thing, festival thing you got going on? Or is it a fucking nightclub? I think you need to make up your mind what you're trying to do. Okay? I don't know who organizes this. I don't know how they, again, how they vet their vendors is probably just a separate large conversation that they need to have. Okay? Make it look like it. Make it look like it is a, you know, anime, sci-fi, fantasy, mini convention thing. I'm not saying you gotta have stars there doing autographs or none of that, but just don't make it look like some dirt road country bumpkin flea market that has a couple Pokemon cards thrown into it. I couldn't believe it. At least admission was free. If I'd had to pay, admission was free, and I still want my money back. That's how bad it was, right? I did end up, for full disclosure, finding a few things cheap that I bought. Uh, but other than that, it was just a complete disgrace. I don't understand why the people of Ocala cannot do better. Why they cannot vet people that are at their events better. Are they that damn desperate that anybody with enough money for a booth gets a booth? What's going to be at the next one? Hey, I got enough money to set up a booth for cockfighting. Oh yeah, hey, welcome to the event. Da, 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 we'll put a little Dragon Ball Z mask on the roosters so they can fight. I why, God, why can Ocala not do better? Thank you.